How's it going, guys? Dynamite here, coming to you as always from the Digital Warfare 24/7 forums, and do I ever have a treat for you guys today. We are going to be showcasing some gameplay from my buddy Foxy. He is a PS3 player who is going to be putting up some ridiculous score, 12k plus in fact, along with 70 kills, and the amazing thing about this also is he is using no lethals. Now right there, actually, let's pause and take a look at his decision there. You saw as he pursued that guy around the outside of Plaque, he actually presented his back to the enemy spawn and got shot there. What I really would have liked to have seen from him is for him to have doubled back around in front of Plaque and taken him from surprise as the enemy player emerged from the other side. Not presenting your back to the enemy is something that I really picked up from the analysis that you guys did of my gameplay, and I want to show how a couple times in this gameplay that Foxy both doesn't do a good job of watching his back and other times does do a very good job of protecting his back. So let's get the gameplay rolling again here as he respawns. Let's quickly review the rotation in hardpoint. Actually, let me pause it here as Foxy's entering graveyard. The hardpoint location is going to start out at the center at statue, and then it is going to shift to ADOM, and then to toilet, and then to mechanics. And remember what I said in our last hardpoint video about how you want to prioritize your hardpoints. I would say the center one is definitely the very hardest to hold, although we'll see Foxy making some pretty ingenious uses of the Guardian to make it a little bit easier to hold. Toilet is somewhat easier to hold. Mechanics, I would say, is probably the easiest to hold. And ADOM is also pretty easy to hold. So let's get things rolling here as Foxy wants to break their hold on the center flag. He is going to toss a C4 over there, and he is going to run around and pick up this guy who's on the other side of statue. Now with that, he almost has his Guardian. He is going to pick it up right there. And now watch where he's going to place this Guardian. Really, really smart. Remember what I just said, and I'm going to pause it here as he's taking out this guy. Remember what I just said about how Foxy's going to take a hard point that's very difficult to defend and make it a lot easier to defend? See how he set up this Guardian so that it's facing right across the exit from graveyard into statue. What that's going to do is it's going to turn a hard point that you would normally have to defend from really 4 sides, or at least 3 sides, into one that he can easily defend from just two or three sides with both him and Stogie, who he's playing with here. They're going to be able to cover those entrances, and it's going to make this a lot more defensible. Basically, this gameplay just totally changes how I'm going to be using the Guardian in my future gameplays as I get it rolling here. So he's going to see that somebody is contesting it, and here, oh no, he's got some lag. He takes out the first guy, but obviously he could have made better use of those last couple bullets had he actually been able to shoot through that horrendous lag. No fault of Foxy's there that he ended up dying. He is going to be taking out these guys that are trying to push into statue, and he is going to grab the hard point. You can say here that the hard point has just rotated. He did not do anything to set up for it. He was just grabbing the last couple points on that center hard point, and right there he made what I would consider to be a pretty poor decision. He pushes over into the ADOM capture zone. He has a C4 in his back pocket. He is running scavenger, so he's going to have plenty of C4, plenty of EMPs at all times, and he oftentimes in this gameplay, I feel like he doesn't make enough use of those EMPs and those C4s. Right there, I would have really liked to have seen him throw that C4 either over the wall or at least down into the ADOM area instead of pushing in and trying to engage with his gun. So let's get it rolling again here as he respawns back in mechanics. He is going to want to break that stranglehold that the enemy team has there. You see Stogie pushing in and dying, so this time he's going to lead with the EMP, and then he's going to, I believe, follow it up with a C4. That's what he probably should have done the first time, but he still moved a little bit too close to that head glitch spot on those stairs. Maybe he didn't think those players would be good enough to use it, but I would have liked to have seen him throw a C4 from a little bit further back there. Now he has a new Guardian, and let me just pause it real quick here and mention something about the Guardian that I never knew. I always assumed that when you took out either a sentry gun or a Guardian to place, when you have like that yellow outline of it and you're just sort of walking around, your gun isn't up, you're pretty much defenseless. I thought at that point that you were committed to putting down the Guardian or the sentry gun, that there was no way to put it back into your kill streak inventory and bring up your gun again without actually placing it on the ground. And I believe that if you press left on the D-pad, it will will actually allow you to put it back into your inventory, as you just saw Foxy do there, which is really useful. So you don't have to walk around the map like an idiot with this giant yellow sentry gun or guardian out in front of you. You can actually put it back in, run to a new position with your gun out to defend you, and then set it up. And that's exactly what Foxy is going to do here. If you remember the hardpoint rotation that we brought up earlier, it's going to move from ADOM to toilet. You can see Stogie's already in toilets right now, getting ready to set up, and Foxy is going to use this guardian to help them protect it. He is going to face that into graveyard, immediately starts picking up some hit markers, repositions it so that it's going to get a better line of sight down to graveyard, and now he and Steve are going to be waiting. It's 4 seconds now until it rotates. They want to hold this down so that they can maximize their time on this hill. You can see they're down right now 10 to 50, so they have some work ahead of them. You'll see him picking up the destroys on the guardian and the sentry there, but he does allow himself to get taken out. If we look at that situation, he had the guardian sort of looking off to his right a little bit, and I believe he got a little bit too confident that the guardian would be able to block anyone coming from his right. If you'll see, he didn't really position it so that the angle of the guardian was focusing enough to that side, and even if you do, that doesn't mean that enemies still can't shoot you from behind cover from that direction, so you can't always be so confident in the guardian that you don't consider that route at all. But now Foxy's going to be spawning. He really wants to take toilets back here, so he leads with a C4, and watch that right there. Really good play. You saw how he stopped firing, but he didn't stop firing immediately. He did spam out a couple bullets. That's to try to convince the enemy that he's fired all of his ammunition and is stopping for the reload. You see the enemy pop out right when he stops firing, and he tricked him. Foxy tricked him there, and he is able to pick him up with the last couple bullets. So let's get it rolling again here as Stogie and Foxy are going to be pushing in here. He's going to take out that guardian with a well-placed EMP grenade, and now he is going to observe that they're all pushing in from the guardian side and from blue room side. He is going to set up here to try to take them out, and right there, once again, I look at his inventory. He has an EMP grenade and a C4. That's a perfect opportunity to toss that C4 around. I'm not sure if that car was blown up, but the C4 detonation could have been amplified by the detonation of the car, and in any case, he wouldn't have had to have entered into a head-on engagement with bullets against multiple enemies that are coming out of blue room and cemetery. So I feel like he definitely would have benefited from using that there again. So he's going to spawn on ADOM. He's going to be pushing his way back in towards toilets. We'll see 20 seconds left on the hard point, so at this point it'd probably be a good idea to start thinking about rotating over to mechanic shop where the next hard point is going to be. But Steve is first going to eliminate the threat of that war machine gunner, and then right there he just didn't see that guy on the ground. He was blending in pretty well with the floor. He did well to take out those two guys at least, but now he thinks about going over there, he thinks about it, but then he's like, you know what, I'll take out a couple guys there, but what I need to do is I need to get over here and I need to start locking down machine shop, because this is the easiest as he just gets destroyed by that car. This is the easiest hard point to hold and probably the most difficult one to attack in Slums. So you'll see him leading in with a C4. If he had done that last time and blown up that car in advance before moving in, that would have probably ensured him a lot more safety. You'll see there, to locate that guy and make sure he had stayed in the same spot, he actually wall banged him through the wall real quick, and that sort of pinned him in place while he spun around and shot him through. So now look at that right there. Really good reaction with that Guardian. And if it's one thing that I'm learning from Foxy about Guardian placement in this game, as he picks up another guy there, throws through there, and manages to get the knife. If I've learned one thing about placement, he directs and affects that guy, is that you don't want to, like when I'm setting up a Guardian or a sentry gun, my instinct is, okay, I want to fight my way somewhere where I can get that Guardian right in the front of the map, right in front of their spawn. And even if I die, it's okay because I'll have that Guardian set up there. And that's absolutely not the way you want to operate. I'm learning from this gameplay that you want to operate with Guardians. What you want to do is you want to place it in such a way that you're going to still be alive after you place it. You can also place it in a reactionary kind of way. You can replace it when you know enemies are going to be coming, pop it out real quick, almost use it like a tactical to freeze your enemies in place. So don't focus on getting it into a good position and then dying, because if you die, then the enemies are probably just going to destroy it, and you're not really going to get the maximum benefit as well as the maximum assist points, which are definitely contributing to the ridiculous score that Foxy gets here. So you can see just how many points he's racking up with these Guardians, assist points, suppress points, and even a couple kills. I know I said earlier that he wasn't running any lethals. Well, technically, the Guardian does in fact have lethal potential. And right there, once again, Foxy, you have C4, and that's such a good spot to just drop back and throw a C4 over that wall into the spawn at ADOM. And right here you'll see, there's what I wanted to be doing. There's the EMP that he leads in there, and there's the C4. And he doesn't pick anyone up, but he's able to jump down here. He actually gets taken out on that attempt. You'll see that with the guys he had coming behind that guy that he could see on the VSAT, he knew he was going to die if he challenged that way, so might have been a better idea. Right there, it seemed like he was getting a little bit too eager to deploy his C4 on ADOM, as opposed to watching his left-hand side. But right here, look, he pops down that Guardian, and he's able to suppress those guys directly on the hard point. Really, really clutch there to start to pick up some points with Stogie. The third, they are playing multi-team hard point. You'll see that the third guy these guys have is doing next to nothing. Like, most of the time he's just sort of wandering around in the middle of the map or on the complete opposite side of the map from the one that the hard point is actually on. You can see here that Foxy's making good use of these staircases as head glitches. You don't often think of a staircase as a head glitch. You mainly think of like a barrel or something you can actually hide behind. Right there, once again, you had a C4. Foxy, throw it around the corner and get that guy. But if you lower yourself on at the bottom of the staircase to the point where you can just see over the top of the staircase, you can really get a pretty good head glitch on there. So now we'll see that the hard point has again rotated to toilets, and he gets a really good wall bang right there. That's the second good use of wall banging that I've seen him use. And right up here, we are going to see him attacking this spawn. And now he's going to be taking out the guys that are coming from Blue Room. One other thing that I wanted to notice, or to mention, and I'm not sure if I brought it up yet, or if the point where I wanted to talk about this has come up yet, is that Foxy isn't using a quick draw attachment on his class right now. He's also not using dexterity, and it's really interesting to see the ways that he makes up for that. You saw right there, look at that. Just in the last 20 seconds or so, we've seen him hip fire 3 different guys. Hip fire is going to be your friend, but if you cannot get close enough to someone to hip fire, if you're sort of in that intermediate phase between where you could hip fire and where you need to actually aim, what he does is really good. He'll actually run past the enemy to run to one side, or he'll make a move to force them to significantly adjust their aim. Look at right there, that really, really quick timing as he brings out that Guardian and is able to take that guy out. He saw in the UAV that guy was hiding in the corner, is able to spray him down. I think it's actually right here what I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Okay, so he's going to push out here. I believe he's going to... No, he doesn't get a chance to reposition his Guardian, but did you see right there where he jumped over to the left so that he could have enough time to get shots on target? That's what I'm talking about, is if you don't have quick draw, there are ways to compensate for it just by being smart. So right there, he is going to set up the Guardian. Again, he now has both the graveyard position and the ADOM corridor sort of locked down with Guardians, which is going to allow his team to really get some excellent points on this hard point. Another reason why he's getting so many points is because of that EMP VSAT combo that he's running. As you see him make a real smart repositioning of that Guardian, anticipating that guy coming around the corner. Like I said, you don't want to just leave your Guardian or your Sentry in one place. You want to be moving it around, anticipating enemy spawns and movements. That's really how you're going to get the most use out of the Guardian. And it's really challenging the way that I've used it because, like I said, I just like to set it up and leave it. You know, maybe hope to get a couple points or a couple kills out of it. But this is really an interesting style of play here. As we see him run out of ammo in his AN-94, he's able to grab that Scorpion, shoot it on target, and get that guy. He gets that guy too. He's got another Guardian. Oh my God, the points are going crazy right now. And right now we see him setting up for that same system that he had earlier. Look at that. Guardian suppresses that guy. He takes him out. Guardian suppressing the middle. He's able to come up here and get that guy. Foxy is absolutely on fire right now, doing an excellent job. Takes cover to get off the reload, but unfortunately presents his back to the enemy there. And that's another thing I'd like to say, is that with this whole idea of presenting your back to things, you usually want to keep your back to the edge of the map. But with a Guardian, what you can actually do is you can put your back to a section of area that your Guardian is watching, and you can use it almost like a map edge. It's really important in factoring into your decisions as to where you're going to move on the map, what areas you're going to watch, what areas you're going to trust to be empty of enemies, as you see him pick up a nice double there. and Foxy just really has that down. He has a really good sense of positioning. As you see him throw up another Guardian there, immediately picks up Guardian suppresses and pops out to take advantage of the suppressed enemies, is able to take out a couple people there. As his team gains the lead, Stogie and Foxy holding down this hard point while the random just dithers around somewhere north of Blue Room. Foxy's going to pick up another pair of guys here, and yeah, with 13 seconds left, they managed to take the lead. A fantastic comeback win, and largely due to Foxy's immensely creative and successful play there. So as we see the scoreboard come up here, 70 kills, 18 deaths, 12,330 points. What an absolutely fantastic gameplay. I hope you guys have learned something from this. I know I certainly have, and I will see you guys next week.